Welcome to my channel, The Flix Judge, where you will get detailed reviews and honest ratings of global movies and OTT series so that you can watch only the best content worthy of your time. Today we'll review P.I. Meena, an 8-part series just released on Amazon Prime. Hindi original, this has been dubbed in Tamil, Telugu, and other major Indian languages. The series is created by Arindam Mitra and directed by Debaloy Bhattacharya. The series is a conspiracy thriller involving a virus outbreak. Our protagonist, PI, private investigator Meena, played by Tanya Maniktala, works as a quote unquote security consultant. As she says, private investigators are not legal in India. She works for an agency which regularly deals with clients involving spying on husbands, wives, would be grooms, etc. She is shown to be a person who is very impulsive and also getting emotionally involved in the cases she handles. She has a very painful incident in her past. She is unable to get out of the guilt, and throughout the series, we are shown that her personality, her actions, her professional and personal life are totally under the influence of this incident and her struggle to cope with the fallout and her guilt. One day, she witnesses what appears to be a hit and run involving a guy on a scooter and a speeding truck. She takes the injured to a hospital. However, the person dies. The victim is one Partho, a PhD student of virology, who had just come from Germany. His mother, Chandana De, played by Zarina Wahab, tells Meena that she suspects her son was murdered and that it was not an accident. But nobody believes her. The police are in fact trying to cover up the death for some unknown reasons. Meena, taking pity on her, starts investigating this on the side but gets sucked into some kind of international conspiracy involving a dormant virus. What happens to Meena? Was she able to find out who killed Partho and why? What is the virus outbreak all about? Is it some pharma companies doing or something more sinister? The rest of the series is about Meena trying to piece together the murky happenings and deal with myriad of characters to unravel all this. The story has many threads and secretive characters. There is a Dr. Basu, a virology professor in Calcutta, played by Vinay Pathak, who was associated with Partho. There is an intelligence operative Tridib, who is trying to shut down Meena's investigation. Dr. Andrew Rakhaw, whom Partho was supposed to meet in a little town called Litnong, where there was a virus outbreak killing some people, but somehow that was covered up. There are other characters like Shubho, played by Parambrata Chattopadhyay, who is like a boyfriend of Meenakshi. He is introduced as a small time lawyer, but mostly is shown to be involved in some questionable activities and associating with shady characters. There is also the character of Preetham Sen, the boss of Meena, played by Harsh Chhaya. Basically, every character is shown to be mysterious, suspicious, and also indulging in secretive activities. The acting is all pretty good. The character of Meena is the only character which is very well written, and the entire series is told from her perspective. Tanya Maniktala has played this role in an excellent manner. All her abnormal behavior and reactions are well explained, and her acting shows her understanding of the character. For most of the other roles, there is not much of character development, even for the roles of Shubho, Meena's boyfriend. His character is mostly on a separate track, having events with no ties to the main story. For most of the other key roles, a set of accomplished actors are cast and they have all performed quite well. Technically, this is a very well made serial. The location is mostly Kolkata and some hilly parts of Bengal. The camera superbly captures the beauty of the hills as well as the scenes in Kolkata. I like the outdoor shots very much, but the indoor shots were mostly too dark for my taste. Of course, I understand this was to keep the mood of the serial, but still, a little bit more light in some places wouldn't have hurt, according to me. The background music is very unique. I guess it is very local to the region. It has been kept to the minimum, and whenever you can hear it, it accentuates the mood of the serial. Great job there. Some stunts have been executed. Again, they were shot very well. Overall, the efforts and results in these departments are quite good and shows on the screen. The storyline is pretty fresh, not from the beaten track. There have not been many series and stories like this in the Indian OTT scene, especially. The screenplay is very fast paced. So many events are happening, if you blink, you will miss something. The events happen in multiple locations, none of which seem to be connected. The serial cuts between the various characters and events for almost the entire series. The multiple mysteries are kept up till the end, and we are mostly unable to guess their connection between the various characters and the events. In fact, the suspense is kept up so much that even after the series ends, there are many more mysteries which remain. Mostly the series works, but there are some issues as well. Like most conspiracy stories, this one also suffers from many big and small logic issues. I can't reveal much as it would become a spoiler. Simple things like Meena will get a call from a colleague that a remote place which she was investigating is on fire. She rushes there only to find cops and another character blocking her. This character shouts at her and asks, how did she know about this fire? In fact, even I would like to know how the colleague found out. How Meena manages to reach that spot so quickly even before the fire is put out. All especially since these are all supposed to be secret. Another example is apparently many decades ago there was a secret storage facility in a small town which stored illegal nuclear waste. I mean, come on. I can understand some kind of chemical waste being stored by some unscrupulous corporate types illegally, but nuclear waste? I mean, how do you even get that? Isn't all nuclear installations in India government run? Fine, we can ignore these and other such logical issues as the story is fast paced and you don't really have time to mind these. However, for such a lengthy and confusing build up, the climax is totally a damn squib. I mean, I knew that even when we have reached the last episode that things were not being made clear, so there will be a hurried climax. But at least I expected some kind of explosive truth, some level of juicy secrets to satisfy all the curiosity and expectations that the series built up. But it was a total letdown. Like every other scene, even the climax is more like a blink and you miss type. On top of that, there were many unanswered threads, like that of Shubho, Meena's boyfriend. His story has no apparent linkages to our main story. In fact, even the main story itself has many loose ends. I can see that the director wants to take all that up in a possible season 2, but even an intermediate type closure would have been better for a viewer who had invested so much time. I was totally disappointed. So, what is the verdict? Well, in spite of the shortcomings, according to me, this series is a must watch. This is a refreshingly new storyline with a very believable character in P.I. Meena. You don't find such stories often in Indian OTT platforms, but you have to be fully invested in watching the events. If you watch it casually, you will miss stuff and you will need to rewind. Happened to me a couple of times. I will give this series a 7 out of 10. I take away 1 point for the unsatisfactory and hurried ending as well as many loose ends. As far as parental guidance goes, this is mostly family friendly. However, there are a couple of unnecessary intimate scenes, again of a blink and miss type. So you can take a call depending upon your situation. See you again with another review. Until then, bye and happy viewing. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I go through hours and hours of content so that you can watch only the very best ones in your precious free time. Thank you.